Hello, everybody. This is Pastor David. Happy Wednesday. I hope it is a beautiful day wherever you are. It's a beautiful day here in Mount Pleasant, and it was a wonderful weekend, a busy weekend. Last weekend was great. We had our couples life group meet Friday night, and they've doubled in size. They had 26 people, 13 couples. And I hope you can get involved with that. We had our men's breakfast Saturday morning. It was awesome. It was one of our largest crowds ever. We had a great time, a lot of visitors, and great food as always. Sunday at church was a wonderful day, and I want to remind everybody now, we have 3 services now. We have 9:30, 11, and 12:30. Our 12:30 service is very special. It's taken on some personality. It is a mask-only service. So I'd love to invite you to join us, but you have to wear your mask. This is for people who feel more comfortable, feel safer, and so we do a mask-only service, 12:30 Sunday. Love you to join us if that's your thing. And of course, the youth group Sunday night, the tribe, always awesome as always, and they continue to grow in number and grow in depth in a lot of ways. And then I want to mention our discipleship class, which happens every Wednesday night for those who are coming and you're just kind of getting your bearings spiritually. Where am I in my walk with the Lord? I want to start learning and growing and become a disciple of Christ. So every Wednesday night here at the Mill is our discipleship path, and so I'm just excited about that. We dedicated our baby bottles on Sunday. And some of you were not able to be here. Maybe you weren't able to be back. Bring these whenever you can get back. Bring them Sunday, and we'll take them down to the Gate Resource Center and the Pregnancy Resource Center. So bring your bottles. We need to make sure that these are accounted for. And we had our largest number of bottles were returned, and I'm anxious to start getting the numbers on how much money we were able to give to the Gate Pregnancy Center. So. Man, it was a great week, productive week, and we have another great week this week. Ladies, I want you to come to breakfast this Saturday. You've heard us talk about our men's breakfast. Well, this is the ladies' breakfast. It's a great time. Get to know some new people, make friends, relax. You don't have to cook breakfast that day. You come join us and hear some exciting things from our ladies' ministry, and that'll be this coming Saturday, and we're excited about that, okay? All right, I want to give you a devotional thought today. We are in our series now. The series we're on is Elijah, man of miracles. The first week we saw miracles. He was taken to a brook, and God sheltered him at this creek. And he was brought breakfast and lunch every day by the ravens. And then God moved him and he said, go to Zarephath, and I want you to meet a widow lady who's going to take care of you. And he met her, and she provided food. And God blessed them by continuing to give her food, and she took care of God's man, and God took care of her. This past Sunday we talked about the widow's son passed away. He died. He became ill, and he passed. And Elijah was upset, and the widow was upset, and he took the boy, and God gave him life back. And his mother had a now I see moment. She knew about Elijah's God, but she didn't know if he was real. But when God raised her son from the dead and gave him his life back, she had a moment, and she said, now I know that your God, Elijah, is the true and living God. Have you had that moment where you realize, God, this is real. You are real. This is not a game. And that's the moment it occurs to you that He is Lord and He is everything that I need. So, this week we're in 1 Kings chapter 18. I want you to read it. I want you to get ready for this Sunday. We're going to see some really neat miracles as there's a battle of the gods, and the fire falls and the rain falls. So, here's the thought that we want to talk to you about today from 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 1 and 2. It came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the third year of the drought, 3 years, no rain. So God comes to Elijah and he says, go, show yourself to Ahab. Wow. Now that's a little scary because Elijah is in hiding because he is the bad guy of the state right now. They're all looking for him, and Ahab wants him killed because he's the problem. It's his fault that there's a drought. And Ahab is looking for him, and God says, you go find Ahab. And you tell Ahab that I'm going to send rain on the earth. I'm not sure if he wanted to find Ahab because Ahab wanted to kill him. But he said, yes, Lord, I'll go find him. Now, here's what happens in verse 2. Elijah went to show himself to Ahab, and there was a sore famine. Elijah is traveling across the country to see King Ahab. And he sees, everywhere he goes, he sees the drought. Death, animals, birds. The earth is dry and parched. There's been no rain for 3 years. He sees a drought. And here's my thought. I believe that he also saw a drought of God's people, a spiritual drought. The earth was dry and parched. God's people were experiencing a drought. They had turned away from the true God to worship other gods, Baal and stones and wood, and there was a spiritual drought, and Elijah saw the drought, and he was broken, and he cried and he prayed and he begged to God, and he begged God, he prayed. Number 2, he battled. You read this chapter. He calls the prophets of Baal and challenges them to a contest. So Elijah was broken and he saw the drought, and he begged God. He battled the prophets. He believed God. And then we see in the last couple verses that he bolted because God gave him extraordinary strength. And he actually ran past the chariot of Ahab because God gave him supernatural power. So I want you to see, what do you see when you look over the landscape of the United States of America? What do you see when you look at our leaders and our society and our culture and our entertainers and our heroes and our arenas? What do you see? Is it possible that there's a drought? It may not be a drought from the rain, but it may be a spiritual drought in our country. Are you willing to respond like Elijah did and beg God? God, we need rain. We need hope. We need help. Are you willing to go to battle against the forces of evil? Are you willing to do that? It may cost you something, but Elijah was. It could have cost him. Are you willing to believe that God can send revival and restoration to us? I believe God will give you supernatural power. Let's open our eyes and let's look around and see if you notice a spiritual drought in your family, in your home. Are there family members that are dry and broken? In your neighborhood, in your church, in your state, in our country. That's what Elijah did, and I'm inspired by that. So join me as we look, open our eyes and see the drought that is out there before us every day, and let's do something about it. Let's beg God for a miracle. I hope you'll come Sunday because I want you to listen to chapter 18 of 1 Kings. We're going to cover it all. If you can't come, you watch us. We stream live 9:30 and 11 o'clock. I want you to join us and you feel like you're a part of the family. We love you. We're praying for you. God bless you.